So for this lesson, we're going to be working with equation strips. Equation strips are a way to represent equations, and then we can use them to help us solve the equation. So first, we want to create an equation, and then we want to solve for the value of x. X is the unknown pieces of the equation strip. So here we have these 5 boxes. We don't know what they are, so we're just going to call each of them x. And we can call them x because they're all the same size. And now we can build our equation. We know that 5 of these x's are equal to 60 total. So that's the equation for this equation strip. Now we're going to solve. So we know that 5 x's are 60. That means if we broke up this 60 into 5 equal pieces, we're breaking up the 60 into 5 equal pieces. So what's the value of each one? Well, that would be 60 divided by 5, which is going to be 12. So each x is equal to 12. All right, so here's another one. This is an equation strip that has 2 steps involved. So it says the length of the red strip is 40, the length of the gray strip is 12. How long is each strip if they're equal in length? Create an equation that represents this equation strip, and then we're going to solve for the value of x. So again, down here we have these pieces. We know these pieces are the same value, but we don't know what they are, so we're going to call them x. And we know that these 4 x's plus this gray section is equal to 40. So we're going to represent that with 4x, these are the 4 x's here, plus the 12 would be equal to 40. Okay, now we're going to solve. We know that these 4 x's plus the 12 is 40. So if we were to cut away the 12, this is no longer 40. It is now 40 minus 12, which is going to be 28. So that means this section here is 28. We would break that up into 4 equal pieces. And that's like saying 28 divided by 4, which is 7. So therefore x is equal to 7. All right, and here's our last one for before you start. The 2-step equation strip with subtraction involved. So it says the length of the red strip is 20. The length of the space is 13. How long is each white strip if they're equal in length? Again, we know that each of these sections is the same value, but we don't know the value, so we're going to label them as x. And we know that these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, these 11 x's minus the 13 would be equal to 20. And we're saying if I took away this 13 from the 11 x's, then what's left over is be equal to 20. So that's what that space means, that we took this away. So now we're going to solve. Now, when we're solving, we're saying, okay, well, what's the length of the full 11x? Full 11x would be equal to the 20 plus the 13, which means the 11x is equal to 33. And if the full length of this is 33, and we break that up into 11 sections, that would be 33 divided by 11, which would be equal to 3, which means that each x is equal to 3. Okay, so how do we solve this one? The length of the red strip is 12. How long is each white strip if they are equal in length? Create an equation that represents this equation strip. So again, I know these are the same. I'm going to call them x. I can label them the same because they have the same value. So I know the equation is going to be 4x equals 12. So we know from the previous one that this equation strip is 4x equals 12. That means I would break up the 12 into 4 equal parts. 12 divided by 4, which is equal to 3. Therefore, x is equal to 3. Next one, the length of the red strip is 23. The length of the gray strip is 8. How long is each white strip if they're equal in length? So I know each of these are x because they're the same, but I don't know their value. Therefore, the equation would be 5x plus 8 equals 23. Okay, now I'm going to solve for it. So I know the equation is 5x plus 8 equals 23. If I were to cut away this 8 from here, this would no longer be 23. It would be 15. Because 23 minus 8 is 15. And if I broke this up into 5 equal sections, it's like saying 15 divided by 5, which is 3. So x equals 3. Next one, it says the length of the red strip is 30. The length of the gray strip is 6. How long is each white strip if they're equal in length? So I know each value is x. Because we don't know the amount, we just know that they're the same amount. Therefore, I'm going to label them with the same variable. And the equation would be 3x plus the 60 plus the 6 is equal to 30. Now I'm going to solve. So I know each of these are x again. And I know the equation is 3x plus the 6 equals 30. I'm going to cut away this 6. 30 minus 6 is 24. Therefore, the 3 x's are equal to 24. And if I were to divide 24 by 3, I would get 8, which means x equals 8. The length of the red strip is 30. The length of the space is 6. How long is each white strip if they're equal in length? So this space means subtraction. So again, I know the full length of this is 30 if I took away the 6, but the full length here is represented by 3 x's because each of these values is the same. Don't know the value, so I represent them with the same variable. And if I took away 6 from them, then that would be a total of 30. So now we're going to solve. I know the equation is 3x minus 6 equals to 30. I know if I were to combine these back together, that 3x would be equal to 30 plus the 6, which means the full length of 3x, these 1, 2, 3 together, is equal to 36. And if I were to break up that 36 into 3 equal pieces, each piece would be 12. So x equals 12. So it says the length of the red strip is 18. The length of the space is 12. How long is each white strip if they're equal in length? So I know each of these are x because they're the same value, but I don't know what the value is. So therefore the equation is going to be 6x. And then if I took away 12 from that 6x, because the full length is right here, then the remaining piece would be 18. Okay, now I'm going to solve. So I know the full length of 6x's is minus this 12 would be equal to 18. So therefore, the full length of the 6x's is actually 18 plus 12, which means the full length of the 6x's is equal to 30. And if I were to take that 30 and divide it into 6 equal pieces, each piece would be 5. So therefore, x is equal to 5.